Welcome back to the Punzi Grange. We're here in the sunroom, a couple months after the last time you were here, and fortunately we've been able to finish this up and get things looking nice. Today we're going to show you how to grow some plants that are good for fragrance in the house or if you have a sunroom, but you might even be able to do this in a very sunny windowsill. So why don't we take a look at what I've been up to. Back in November I started some relatives of the paper white narcissus. Now you may be familiar with those paper whites. They usually sell them in the store. White flowers, fragrant. Some people like them, some people don't. Well, this is a cultivar of Narcissus. They're all related to the daffodils, called Soleil d'Or. It's a French one. Let's take a look. Let's look at, since November I've been starting them, and you can see about every 10 days I would start a new set of bulbs. And this is after about 10 days. Another 10 days, and now you can see the flower buds are coming up. A little bit taller. We have flowers, and this is the oldest one. This is one that I started back in November. You can see some of the flowers starting to get old. I'll start to pinch those off. But you can see they'll overlap in flowering, which is nice, and the fragrance is just beautiful. It doesn't have that kind of very pungent smell that the paper whites have, and I think they're gorgeous flowers. So now what we're going to look at is another plant that you can grow indoors and outdoors as well, but since it's kind of early in the season, we're going to get some of that fragrance of the sweet peas into the house. So let's take a look over here. This is a variety of sweet pea that we're going to grow. Is new for hanging baskets. Now sweet peas have been grown since the time of the Roman Empire. The belief is that they came from Tunisia, the seeds, probably through Carthage or something like that during the Roman Empire, and eventually wound up in a monastery where they were being bred, a Franciscan monastery in Sicily. And the first record is the seeds in 1699 being sent from that Franciscan monastery in Sicily to England and the Netherlands. And since then they've been breeding for color, they find mutations, they bred them, and actually at one point only 10% of the sweet peas had fragrance, and the original sweet peas always had fragrance. But now they've been reintroducing those fragrant genes back into all the colors, and now we have these wonderful plants, even ones that work in hanging baskets, which we're going to look at now. What you're going to do first when you grow sweet peas is always a good idea to soak the seeds overnight. So I've soaked these overnight, and I'm going to strain them out now. Got them all? Yes, we got them all. So now you can get a look at our peas. Now I'll put this down and we're just going to plant them. Now this is a planter that is made for hanging. You can see the 3 holes for the hanging basket. And I'm going to take them, and they're just like, they're relatives of the pea that you grow outdoors. So they have very similar things that they need to have. Cool temperatures, and in a sunroom this time of year it's perfect. So I'm just going to pinch them in there, going about as deep as my first digit, and we're going to go around and plant these in. Kind of get them nice and spaced out around the container. Okay. And then I'll cover that over a little bit, pat that down, get some water on them. And then finally, what I'm going to do after I water them is putting on our heating mat. This keeps it at about 70 degrees. And then this is actually a tray that you put underneath, but I put it on top to keep the moisture in. And here we have some ones that I started about 2 weeks ago. Some sweet peas, and I'd say in about a month I'll be smelling some sweet fragrances from our sweet peas, and maybe they'll be meeting up with our narcissus plants. So until next time, I'm Peter Punzi. Live long and garden.